Okay, hey Mike, I've got up to 15 minutes for video, so I thought I would give you a little shot of what it looks like. This is from the main road, and then you take it to Picket Wire Entrance Road, and this is my old Blazer, and you drive in here and we'll wind around, and the property's just about, you know, I don't know, as the crow flies, a little more than a quarter mile that way, over that little hill right there. So, and this is what it looks like continuing on up Bon Carbo Canyon Road. This blacktop takes you back down to Highway 12, so you can head into Trinidad, and Trinidad, Colorado, and the lake sit right down below Fisher's Peak there. And then the back end of the lake is right where this road meets Highway 12. You can drive to the back end of the lake. Okay, I'm in my rattle truck today. My Dodge 3500 Ram diesel is broke down, and it's in the shop, so it's a little noisy. This is the little road that comes around to the cattle guard, which is the cattle guard marks the western boundary of the property. So you can see Bon Carbo Creek right there. It's just kind of nice because being down here with these valleys and stuff, your water well isn't going to be near as deep as most places. And see the area around the main road's right across over there, across from the creek. Coming up here. Oh, radio's going. Okay, so we just take that little Y, we take a right at that little Y, and the cattle guard is right here where this those taller pine trees are, right in the center of the picture there. And that's going to be the beginning of the western boundary, and we're actually going to be close, you know, to the northwest corner. The northwest corner is going to be right up there in those trees, and we'll drive up there and flag that. And of course the southeast corner is going to be down along that fence line down there, so we're just driving onto the property right here. And that little road that, you know, the property's on both sides of us here, and I'm gonna drive around up in here to, you know, that's looking into the property that way, and I'm gonna go off to the north of this road and start heading to the northwest corner and the northeast corner first. You've got a lot of nice little meadow areas in here. I'm in the valley, that the little road that goes through the property is right down here, and I've come up into a valley here, and I'm going to be going to, it's going to be kind of hard to tell because of I'm going to be going to this northwest corner here. So I'm right here in this little portion of grass right here. Look, I was looking this direction. You see the road here. Okay, I'm at the northwest corner pin, and I'm just zooming in to show you. I think you can see a little bit of the road you drive in through the property right there, that little valley right there, but my truck's right down here below in the trees. You can see Fisher's Peak over Trinidad right there. I'll back up here. So the northwest property corner, and I just put a little orange tape on the tree here, and I come around. I'm going to have to adjust my topo map a little bit, so there's a property right across from the pin. Sitting here in the ground, it's an older pin, style they did back in the 70s and the 80s. And we're going to head to the southeast corner pin next. We're just coming down from that northwest corner pin from the meadow, getting back on the little road. And the northeast corner is going to be on the top of that hill. Back up there, I'm going to have to hike up to it. And we're coming down here to the valley bottom. I'm going to drive out into the property that way. Just up here a little bit. And we are going off and through the northern boundary right now. Boom, we're off the land. This is at 176, starting right here, going this direction. Of course, it borders the whole northern border. And we're going to get back on the land here. Now we're looking at the land, and I'm going to be hiking up this hill to get up there to the top property corner on the northeast side. Okay, Mike, we're looking at the topo here. So I'm going to show you this little hill. We're up on top of this mesa. See this flat top? There's going to be grass right over here. Oh, just to the west of me. We're at this corner, and it's actually it's in the trees here a little bit, and it's kind of hard to find. So somebody stuck a taller pin. Here's the older tape on this pine, ponderosa pine, and there's the little pin right there, and this was marked so you could see it. Now what's kind of a benefit here is that the neighboring boundary is marked by an old fence over here, so you actually have an additional pretty good swath of additional acreage here that those fences, by old fencing law, you know, it changes over the years, but most time it determines the boundaries after about 14-15 years. Now you can see this grassy meadow area. There's the hilltop I was showing you on the topo. That little pointy one. That little pointy one right there. It's right there, and where I parked, and the land and the creek bed, and it's all down here in the valley below. And we'll keep walking, and I'll show you more of it as I go down here to this other corner. The Sangres, and you can see down here in the valley bottom, that's the dry pond. That right there, it's full during the spring and summer months most of the time. And the northern line goes right through that or right across the dam. It's kind of hard to tell when I walk it with a compass. It's just kind of tough to walk a half mile and keep it totally straight. Still coming down off from that northeast corner. This is another sighting pin that was used to survey and kind of see it was cleared a little bit through those trees to get up there. So I'm walking up this little valley, and this will take me right back down to my truck. The bottom down there, and that little dry pond's over here. You can see the valley way across over there. That valley's on the property. That's where I parked my truck to go to the northwest corner. The line of trees that goes up right here, the property line goes up through those trees to the northwest corner. I just flagged this so it'll be easier to find walking up here. Getting down to the valley floor, you can see my blazer right down there, and I was off a little bit, but there's another marking pin that they use to sight with, another one, a T-post right there. And again, it just crosses across this valley straight across, about through that aspen or cottonwood tree there where that car's at, and then keeps on going up to that northwest corner across there. And this is all the land out here. Okay, the top of the map's north. We're down here. You can see this spot. I just drove down the creek bed here, and you see this spot here. That's the spot locating the old homestead that's down here. Really old, fallen down building, little small buildings, and an old root cellar down here. And I'm going to head to the southeast corner. And you can see the boundary line on the south end down here, and it goes up here, and the southeast corner is back up in there in the trees, and we came down from the northeast corner from this ridge up there, way up there on that side, half mile away. You see one of the old buildings of the homestead right down here. There's some fallen down stuff right here in that root cellar. Old root cellar's right there in the hillside. So we're at the end of the creek bed on the south end of the property right here. Here's some more of the old homestead building. Okay, we've come along the southern boundary from this direction, from the west, heading east to the southeast corner pin, and I am not finding it. The way I've got it mapped, it should be right up here on this little ridge before it drops off. That the fence keeps going and then comes down to a corner down here. And I know that from the northeast corner, that fence was further off the boundary line between this property to the east and this property. So, see, this is the fence line. That pin somewhere in here. It could be under some snow along the fence here. As you can see right down there, where the cross fence comes in from the eastern side and meets with the southern at the southeast corner right down there. And the way I've got it mapped, it's not down there in that little grassy area. It should be right in here somewhere, and I am not finding it. So again, you know, that fence line is going to be establishing the boundary as far as time goes. And yeah, okay, so I can't find the southeastern corner pin, Mike. Good thing is you got an old fence that goes down there and makes a corner down here at the southern fence, and I believe it adds on a few more acres, just like that northeastern corner did. So I'm gonna head to the southwestern corner above the creek valley. You can't see my truck, but the old homestead's right down there with my truck. And of course the southwestern corner pin's gonna be way over there on top of that ridge. The northeastern corner over there towards that western tip top of that Spanish Peak. You got the Sangres again right there. Just kind of want to show you this before I went down in here. We just drove down the western boundary line, the fence line here. The cattle guard is, I don't know, not 3/4 of a mile, but a little more than a quarter mile, about a quarter mile and a half to that cattle guard on that western boundary when we first crossed in. And we come down here to the corner. We've got the corner stake here, and I'll mark this. This is pretty easy to find. It's just kind of some grass, open land here, and then you got the old fence line taken across to the southeast corner. This is the southern fence line that'll go down in the valley where the creek's at, over this hill. The homestead's there, and then up over the hill to that southeast corner fence where I couldn't find that one pin.